Hello students, so in today's video I am going to explain you the chapter number 5, sorting materials into groups. Now students, in this video we will discuss about classification of materials and properties of materials. Now students, the properties of material help us to decide that by using which material we can make which particular object. Now let's discuss one by one the properties of materials. Now there are different properties of materials, and based on this materials are classified as lustrous, roughness, hardness, transparency, state, solubility in water, flotation, magnetism, conduction of heat and conduction of electricity. Now students, let's go one by one with these topics. So the first one is luster. So now students, luster is the ability of some materials to shine. For example, gold. You know that gold is shining object. Now based on whether a material have lustrous property or not, the materials can be classified as the materials that have luster and materials that lack of luster, which means materials that have luster such as gold, silver, copper, etc. These materials are widely used to make jewelry and other decorative articles, while materials that lack luster like paper, cardboard, wood, rubber, which means they do not shine. Now student, the next is roughness. Now roughness is based on how you feel it, how you feel the surface while touching the object. Now students, a material can be smooth or rough. So what is rough material? Like you have seen or touched the bark of tree, road, brick, etc. These are the rough materials, like their surfaces are rough. And what are smooth? You have touched the flower petal, surface of mirror, feather. These all are the smooth surface. Now students, the next property of a material is hardness. Now how you can say that an object is hard? So if you press any object, if it will pressed, which means if it will compressed, then that material will be soft, and if you cannot press that, then that material will be hard. Therefore the materials can be classified as hard or soft. Now hard materials are like wood, metal, and soft material like cotton and sponge. Now students, the next property is transparency. Now students, transparency means the object which is placed behind a particular material. So how extent you can see that material, this is known as transparency. Now it is be defined as based on the amount of light that can pass through them. Though materials are classified as transparent, translucent and opaque. Now what are transparent materials? Now the materials that allow light to pass through them completely, or you can see the object behind the transparent material. Now what are the examples of transparent material? Now the examples of transparent materials are like glass, ice, water, diamond and clear plastic. Now students, what is translucent material? Now students, the material that allow light to pass through them partially are called translucent materials, which means you can see the object behind translucent material in a blur way. Now what are the examples of translucent material? So it is frosted glass, thin fabrics, tracing paper, tinted glass, colored plastic, clouds, plastics, etc. Now the next one of transparency is opaque. So students, the materials that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque material, which means you cannot see any object behind an opaque material. Now what are the example of opaque material? It is mirror, apple, brick, cup, stone, can, etc. Now students, the next property of the material is state. Now students, the materials can be classified as solids, liquids and gases. Students, solids have the different characteristics, which means they have definite shape and volume. Solids cannot be compressed easily, like you cannot compress wood, you cannot compress gold easily, है ना? And the particles that are made up of are packed very tightly. As you can see in a diagram, these are the particles arrangement in solids, which means there is no gapping between the particles of solids. Examples of solid are ice, gold and wood. Now the second state is liquids. Now students, liquids have the different properties, like liquids have definite volume but they do not have definite shape. As if you can put water in a glass, it will take the shape of a glass. If you put the water in a bowl, then it will take the shape of bowl. Now students, liquids can be compressed more easily in comparison to the solids, which means you can compress the liquid but not as much as gases. That I will tell you later. Now the particles they are made up of are not so tightly packed as in solids, which means comparison of solids. As you can see, the arrangement of particles in liquids, they are not so tightly packed. Now its example are water and oil. Now the third state of the material is gases. Now students, gases do not have definite shape or volume, and gases can be compressed very easily. If we compare between solid, liquid and gases, gases are the most compressed material. And now the particles they are made up of are packed very loosely, as you can see in the diagram. Now what are the examples of gases? It's water vapor, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Now students, this is the image of solid, liquid and gases collectively. Also students, just see in this image that how the solids particle are packed so tightly, while in liquid there is some gap between the particles of the liquid, while in gas there is a huge difference, a huge distance between the particles in comparison to liquid and the solids. Now students, the next property of material is solubility in water, which means if we add any substance in water and stir it, it will mix with the water and it cannot be seen or separated as a separated substance. Now this is called the dissolving. Now based upon how the material will dissolve, at how much extent the material will dissolve in water, the materials are classified as soluble, insoluble, miscible and immiscible. Now what are soluble substances? So the solids that can be dissolved in water are known as soluble in water. For example, sugar and salt. You all have seen at your house that if you can dissolve sugar and common salt in the water, it will dissolve very quickly and very easily. Now what are insoluble? So solids that do not dissolve in water are said to be insoluble in water. For example, sand and chalk. So in diagram B, you can see that sand are not soluble in water, so that it settle down in the water. Now the next one is miscible. So students, don't be confused. Here miscible is used for liquids and soluble is for solids. So miscible are the liquids that dissolve in water, for example vinegar and alcohol. Now what are immiscible liquids? So it is opposite of miscible, which means liquids that do not dissolve in water are said to be immiscible in water. For example, coconut oil, mustard oil and petrol. Now students, this is it in this video. I will continue the next topic in the next video. I hope you get these topics. Thank you.